Ready, guys?
We're excited to have you all here.
I know that's loud. I'd like to make Renee jump. I'd like to call the May 2nd meeting of the West Des Moines City Council to order and invite you all to stand and join us as our students from Fair Meadows lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So everyone please stand. Flag is back this way. Ready?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Student Government Day. Everybody, please sign in. Okay, if you want to, Maddie, if you want to push that here.
Five members present.
Ryan, are there any changes to the agenda?
There is one change, Your Honor. Staff is recommending removal of item 9A, legislative updates, as there were no relevant updates to give.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Say second.
Okay,
Please vote.
5 yes.
okay. Now is the time for item 2, Citizens Forum. Anybody in the audience that would like to address the City Council on any items that are not either part of public hearings or new business, please come up to the microphone and the podium here and give us your name and address for the record. I'd also ask that you keep it respectful and you keep it civil, and you also keep it to under 5 minutes. Okay, seeing no motion out in the audience, anybody online that would like to address the City Council on any other item other than new business and public hearings, please hit *6. That is *6, not #6, but *6 to unmute yourself. Give us your name and address for the record. Okay, hearing no one, I will close the Citizens Forum. I'll move on to item 3, Mayor, Council, Manager Report, Other Entities Update. And we will start down, we'll start at the other end this time. We will start with, we'll start out with City Manager Tom Haddon.
Thank you, Mayor. I have just a few items to share today. The city has a new fire truck. You can see it in the monitors now. This ladder truck has a 104-foot ladder and rear steering, which means we can get to certain buildings faster when there's a fire. The truck was made in Wisconsin. West Des Moines is the only fire department in Iowa to have a ladder truck like this. I also want to remind you that we will celebrate Police Week and National Public Works Week on Thursday, May 19th. Both of these events are free and we have a lot of fun activities planned for the kids. We hope everyone can join us and celebrate all the good work our city employees do for our residents. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, moving on to Councilman Hudson.
All right.
I'm Ella Carr, and I just wanted to let everyone know that everything in Ward 2 of West Des Moines is awesome.
Thank you, Ella. I appreciate that. And just one more quick note. We had a Convention and Visitors Bureau meeting earlier this week, and hotels are popping in West Des Moines. Everybody's really excited to be moving around again, doing stuff, and when they do stuff, they're coming to West Des Moines, so things are looking really, really good on that note. And we had a Finance Committee meeting a couple weeks ago, And again, the financial situation in the city is good, and that's we'll keep the report nice and short today. And thank you, Ella, for that awesome report too. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Ella and Councilman Hudson. Now on to Councilman McKinney.
My name is Zoe Raz Marquardt, and I am here to say that the entire city is doing great.
All right, listen to that enthusiasm. Councilman McKinney, you need to ramp it up. Man. What's wrong with you?
Guess so, yes.
More coffee for you.
Raz, thank you. Good job. I'll keep it brief as well. I just want to say we had a Bravo meeting last week, and Bravo talked about how they're going to start installing public art in the city of West Des Moines, a grant of $23,000 for the community here, which is great. And then this morning, we had a development and planning meeting with Councilwoman Hardman and I, and talked about a potential transload facility, rail facility, out in an area that we would be considering to annex into the city of West Des Moines, out near Boonville. So it was an interesting discussion, and I'll leave it at that. So thank you.
Thank you so much. On to Councilwoman Hardman and her guest.
Can she use your mic? Because
Yes,
it's
for
hard
sure.
to reach
Yep.
her. Go ahead.
I'm Isabel Plager, and I am happy to be with the only woman on city council. Be with the only woman city councilwoman. Women rock.
Yay! Oh, good job, Isabel. Love that. Good evening, everyone. And it's really a delight to have you here, Isabel. So thank you. I would like to just share that, I represented the West Des Moines Library Trustee. I was at the West Des Moines Library Trustee meeting. Wonderful, wonderful things going at the library. One of our treasured assets in this community. Circulation is up. People coming is up. They're doing great things, great programming. And I will say that, that we have a beautiful teen center there, okay? And build it and they will come. And that is exactly what has happened. And so I think we also know that, youth are, very active right after school and want to do a lot of fun things. So they are really trying to find a way to have the library be a teen center where teens can be teens, but yet there's still a little bit of quietness as things go along. I don't know if those are oxymorons or not, but we are looking at ways in which we can engage the students more while they're in the teen center so that there's more very productive kinds of activities that happen during that time. But we have a beautiful teen center that's very inviting, and youth want to come over there and really have fun. So working on how we establish balances there. I do want to say that Mayor Trimble and I had an opportunity to represent the city at the second annual Black and Brown Business Summit that was put on by none other than Catherine Harrington and her team with the City West Des Moines Chamber. I just have to say, it was a proud moment to be there and to offer some remarks and to have our mayor give the proclamation, but to see such rich diversity in one place, under one roof, coming together to do networking and building alliances for Black and brown businesses, it is really unparalleled. And so I think that it is really good when we set aside time to truly recognize businesses that in traditional sense have maybe not have had the leg up as others. But Catherine is a bold leader, and she takes bold steps. And one of the things that I have to give her credit for is rising all boats. And I don't think there's one other chamber that's doing what she's doing and her team is doing to bring such visibility to helping small businesses network and grow and thrive. So Catherine, we owe you big time in this city for this new initiative. The second is even better, and it gets better every year. But I am very proud to be able to speak at that every year, to help welcome folks here and to celebrate the success of the Black and Brown Summit. So very, very, very happy. There's all of us had the opportunity to help celebrate the announcement of the West Des Moines Citizens of the Year. I'm sure there'll be a formal reception afterwards, but I was proud to be a judge for this again this year, but certainly was there to help celebrate Mayor Geer. As we all know, I think Mayor Trimble was responsible for writing him up and getting him there. But I also, too, was happy, along with everybody that was there, to surprise him. It's very hard to surprise the mayor, but got it accomplished. Russ brought him in, and Cognito, and there we all were. So, and then there was another citizen that is Gianna, and I cannot, Kaliski, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name properly, but she is an intercultural outreach coordinator at West Des Moines Community Schools. She is also going to be an emerging West Des Moines Citizen of the Year. And so very proud to see both of those individuals recognized, and I'm excited. So can't wait to their formal celebration. So that concludes my remark, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Councilwoman. On to Councilman Trevilian.
All right. The only thing I want to say is that tonight is always a fun night on City Council. The 13 years I've been doing this. Every year the students have a great time participating in the government of West Des Moines. And it is so cool to see the sixth graders from Fair Meadows, my alma mater, come here and be a part of us for the evening. And I appreciate all the parents that are out here in the audience as well.
Okay, thank you so much. On to Councilman Loetz.
Hey, thank you for the time, Mr. Mayor, Your Honor. I want to talk about two things that are on the agenda tonight. The great success of the Recplex and the study that we are going to approve tonight to expand that potentially, as well as the Aquatic Center. I'm excited about those two feasibility studies and finding out if there's a market and an opportunity to expand the Recplex and potentially build out the Aquatic Center. So thank you for that. Excited for those votes. And I have a new friend here. Carter Ross is his name. Carter, do you have a few words to say?
Yes, I do.
Talk right there.
I am Carter Ross, and Ward 3 is the best ward in West Des Moines.
He knows. He knows. Thank you, Carter.
Give him his $10.
All right, thank you so much. One more here.
I'm Maddie Peck, and West Des Moines is the best Des Moines.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Or as I like to say, West Des Moines. Nice try, Ankeny. Okay. We're a little prideful here in West Des Moines, if you can't tell. But no, I just want to echo what Councilwoman Hardman said about the Black and Brown Business Summit and how proud I was to be able to host that for the second year in a row. It was a great day. There was a lot of diversity there. Exciting time for small business owners, minority business owners to be able to pitch their business idea and to receive some financial assistance to be able to move their businesses forward. Catherine Harrington, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This woman is, as I like to say, kicking butt and taking names. She's really firing on all cylinders, and she's got an event, I think, like every day. I don't even know when she sleeps. We are so fortunate to have Catherine leading the chamber and her team and everything that they're doing for not only Black and Brown businesses, but for all small businesses in this area. And we're lucky as well to have Steve Freevert and his team in Valley Junction helping to do what they can for small businesses. It's just a great team effort, and really love working with all you guys. So thanks for all that you do. And with that, we will move on to item 4, consent agenda. Oh, sure, yeah. I'm sorry. Good point. Good point, Greg.
A lot of them, but not everybody.
Okay, so not everybody was introduced. We'd like to introduce the rest of our students. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Rose Bigger, and I am the city attorney. I'm not city attorney.
You are the city attorney, and
You are tonight, right?
you're the one that gets the big bucks since you're the city attorney. So, right. Okay. Who else didn't get a chance to introduce themselves? Down. Okay. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Nora Gibbons, and I'm city clerk.
Hello, I'm Kate Hare, and I'm shadowing the deputy city clerk.
Awesome. Thank you. I think we've got everybody. As Councilman Trevelyan said, this is an awesome day. We all look forward to it, and we just love having you guys here. So hopefully you can have some fun. Hopefully our meeting isn't too dry for you tonight, and you can learn a little bit of something here. So, okay, and with that, we're going to go on to item 4, the consent agenda. Are there any items that any council person would like to pull from the consent agenda?
Second.
Well, hold on one second. I will pull 4Q1. Okay, if somebody actually, I probably can't pull it, can I, Ryan? Somebody else needs to pull it? Okay, I'm going to pull 4Q1. We got a proclamation that I'm proud to read here in a second. Okay, go ahead. You want to
Are
move
we going to, well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to pull 4Q2 then as well.
Okay,
And then I would like to
And
pull
I like
4Q3.
I like to pull 4-3.
all right. We are going to read all of the proclamations. All right. Can somebody please move the remainder?
Move approval.
Second.
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 All right. Please vote. Okay, we will now move on to item 4Q1, approval of proclamation for the National Small Business Week. And I believe that we've got Jane Armstrong here, the SBA District Director for Iowa. I will go ahead and read the proclamation, and then I and the council will meet you in front of the dais here for a picture. Okay. National Small Business Week, May 1st through the 7th, 2022. Whereas America's strongest economic growth in almost 40 years has been driven by the resilience of our small businesses who, despite a worldwide pandemic, continue to pioneer innovative solutions to our country's greatest challenges and create opportunities for families and workers. And whereas from the storefront shops that anchor Main Street to the high-tech startups that keep America on the cutting edge of the small manufacturers driving our competitiveness on the global stage, small businesses are the backbone of our economy and the cornerstones of our nation's promise. And whereas we support small business, jobs are created and local communities preserve their unique culture. And whereas because this country's 32.5 million small businesses create nearly 2 out of 3 jobs in our economy, we cannot resolve ourselves to create jobs and spur economic growth in America without discussing ways to support our entrepreneurs. And whereas the President of the United States has proclaimed National Small Business Week every year since 1963 to highlight the programs and services available to entrepreneurs through the U.S. Small Business Administration and other government agencies. And whereas the City of West Des Moines supports and joins in this national effort to help America's small businesses do what they do best, grow their business, create jobs, and ensure that our local communities remain as vibrant tomorrow as they are today. Now, therefore, I, Russ Trimble, Mayor of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, do hereby proclaim May 1st through May 7th, 2022 as National Small Business Week. Jane, if you'd like to come down, get a picture. All right, council, we'll get a picture.
Can I also announce something else?
Absolutely. Why don't you
Podium right there.
take the mic there? Yeah, come on out.
Sir,
That's a mic right there.
Okay. I'm going to add one more whereas, because whereas the U.S. Small Business Administration Iowa District Office, we're one of 68 district offices around the country, and we also we recognize our Small Business Persons of the Year, Exporter of the Year, and we have a number of awards, but we also do local awards. We are the only one of SBA's 68 offices around the country that recognize the Small Business Community of the Year, and this year we are recognizing West Des Moines. So congratulations. And I come tonight, we have this gorgeous award that you're going to get Everybody has to come May 17th to the community celebration, and we're going to present the award. Tonight, I just make the announcement and get the...
Yeah, and I would just thank you so much for recognizing the efforts of everybody in this city to help our small businesses. I can't even tell you how much this means to us as elected officials, as the chamber presidents and CEOs and Valley Junction Foundation president, CEO, board members. We have all worked so hard to create economic development programs and to recruit entrepreneurs here and create a business climate where small businesses can grow and thrive. And this is a huge, huge honor for us, and makes us very proud. So thank you, Jane, so much.
We'll say we're going to be putting out some press, and we'll be announcing it in more detail on May 17th. But we'll tell you why we're recognizing you. There's some very distinct reasons. So thank you for everything you're doing. You've set the bar really high for everybody in the community.
We don't have a fancy frame, but hold a piece of paper with you, and we're going to wait for Steve to get up here, because Steve's a big part of this as well.
Further to the front.
Okay. Where are we looking?
And we do still
Okay,
need a
with
motion
that,
to
can I,
approve.
oh yeah. Sometimes I'm with it. Okay, can I get a motion to move or approve 4Q1?
So move.
Approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, that item is approved. And again, thank you so much to the SBA. Okay, moving on to item 4Q2. This is an approval of proclamation for National Public Works Week, May 15th through the 21st. I am going to also read this one. I will not read our third one because we are going to have a reading of it. Councilwoman Hardman will be doing that on May 11th in honor of the VFW. So, yep. Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as sewers, streets, and highways, public buildings, and solid waste collection, and whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services. And whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, I, Russ Trimble, Mayor of the City of West Des Moines, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th, 2022 as National Public Works Week in the City of West Des Moines, and I call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public works officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. And with that, I would ask for a motion to approve.
Motion for approval.
Approved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. Councilman Hudson.
I'm supportive.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. I wanted to talk about the third one.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other discussion?
It's a great idea, Russ.
Glad you're supportive, Greg. Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay. Item 4Q3. This is approval of proclamation for the VFW Post 8879 75th anniversary. They started January 6, 1947, and celebrating the 75th anniversary, coming up with a big party in Valley Junction and all kinds of things. Can I get a motion to approve in a second, and then we will have some discussion?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Councilman Hudson, do you approve of this one too?
Councilwoman Harper, you go. Oh, I also approve of this. It's really amazing to think about this organization being around for 75 years, and I'm so glad that Councilwoman Harbin's going to be there on May 11th to, is it May 11th? Yeah. To share more about this proclamation. But I just think about 75 years ago, we have hundreds of thousands of Iowans who were serving during World War II, and then they come home, and there is an opportunity with the Veterans for Foreign Wars for them to have a community. And in the fact that it's been consistent for 75 years, I just like to say that that's amazing, and I'm really, really proud that they are 75 years old. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Greg. Councilwoman Hardman.
Ditto the remarks of Councilman Hudson. I really do think that when we take the time to honor and recognize those that have served, and it really is a meaningful thing. And I got an opportunity to talk to their leader just not too long ago, and he is so proud of their 75th anniversary. This is really the kickoff of it. I think there are going to be more things to come. So whatever we can do to really support our very own right here in our backyard, it's important to do. So while I will not be on D.C. at the D.C. trip with all of you all, I will be staying at home and reading this proclamation with pride and honor to say thank you for 75 years of service.
Thank you so much. Any other comments? Any other discussion? This is a great group of individuals that really do a lot for our community, and I know they're really excited to be celebrating their 75th anniversary, and like I said, they're going to have a big bash down in Valley Junction, and I hope everybody goes and attends that. So, okay, with that, I would just ask, please vote.
Yes.
Okay, old business, item 5A, ordinance amendment, amend Title IX zoning to modify regulations pertaining to requirements for garages in single-family and medium-density zoning districts. City initiated. We've got an ordinance for approval of the third reading and adoption in final form. There are no changes from the previous reading. The last two readings were approved 4-1 with Trevilian voting no. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Four yes, one no, an ordinance amending the City Code of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019, Title IX zoning, Chapter 10, performance standards pertaining to requirements for garages in single-family and medium-density zoning districts.
Okay, whoever moved that, you want to move it again?
So move.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, please vote.
Support it.
4 yes, 1 no.
Okay, item 5B, I'm going to have my guest here, Maddie, help me. 5B.
Ordinance amendment. Amendment Title IX zoning. To modify regulations pertaining to residential building form, residential uses, city entitled.
City initiative, good job. And this also is an ordinance for the third reading and adoption in final form. And again, there were no changes from the previous reading. And this was approved at the first and second, with the first and second reading, 4-1 with Trevilian voting no.
Motion to consider the third reading.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, please vote.
4 yes, 1 no, an ordinance amending the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019, Title IX zoning, Chapter 5 agricultural, open space, and residential zoning district pertaining to residential building form and residential uses.
Motion to approve the third reading and adopt in final form.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay.
Mayor, can I make a
Yes,
comment here?
absolutely. Go ahead.
I want to highlight that recently there was an article in the Wall Street Journal on the topic of issues related to suburbs and the ownership of single-family residences. And the sort of concept that we're moving here in the first couple items specifically relates to that. And the article talked about how in some of these suburbs, it's the single-family residences that are owned by investors in a way that makes it difficult to maintain properties, and it makes neighborhoods less desirable. It also makes it more difficult for local families to buy houses. And so the thing that these ordinances are allowing, that this article addresses, is that we will have the opportunity to have single-family homes with one entity that's overseeing the maintenance of everything. So you're going to avoid some of the ills that, this Wall Street Journal article highlighted, that it's titled "Homeowner Groups Fight Investors Pushed into the Suburbs." And it's great to see we're creating an opportunity in our community to allow some of these new products to hit the market and try to address some of the ills that are already out there. So, thank you.
Yeah, great point. This is an incredible product. I'm excited to have this in the market and to provide residents other options for housing. This is really a unique product, as Councilman McKinney was talking about. It's almost like if you had an apartment combined with a single-family residential house. You can live in a single-family home and have the amenities of living in an apartment complex with, I don't know if they're going to have a pool. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But, you've got all kinds of different amenities here, and somebody else is maintaining that and taking care of the property. And again, we're not having, the area decline because somebody's, renting it out and not taking care of that property. So very unique product. And with that, too, the code did not contemplate this, which is why we have to have this item before us today. And I really want to applaud staff for working through this and doing what they could to make this product work in our marketplace. So, yes, Councilwoman Hart.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I, too, sat on Planning and Development with Councilman McKinney when this was first presented, and it was really quite innovative. And when you look at the renderings of it, it's really quite beautiful. And I think it's incumbent on us as city leaders, to the degree that we can, to really make way for alternative ways in which people can live. This city is evolving, and not everybody can live in a house with 2-car garage or 3-car garages. We have citizens with all kinds of needs. And what made this attractive for us to really think outside of the box and become innovative and creative about this is because it's meeting the needs of different type of homeowners. And I really think as we spend time on looking at the issues of diversity and equity and inclusion, those words become silent when you don't really try to do things that get at creating diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I like this concept, support it because of the way in which it addresses the needs of all kind of homeowners and not just folks that can truly afford massive kind of space. So excited that we're moving in what I call the right direction.
Yep. Thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate that. Any other discussion before we vote? Okay. Hearing none, please vote.
Four yes, one no.
Okay, item 5C, Galleria 6255 Mill Civic Parkway, amend the Galleria specific plan ordinance to allow a bank on parcel A4, the specific plan, IHWOP LLC and WCK LC, Red Robin LC. We've got an ordinance for approval of the second reading, waiver of the third, and adoption of the PUD ordinance amendment. There's no change from the first reading, and council approved this unanimously at our last meeting. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'll just say this also came before development planning, and also want to commend the staff in coming up with, I think, a good solution here. If you've been in the area there near Red Robin, you'll know that it's a smaller area, and so to put in a bank in that area required some, I think, creativity, if you will, for purposes of parking and access. And so I think as part of this, and it's in the note, they're going to be adding a new turn lane, a right turn lane, as you right in, right out access off of Mills Civic to kind of help accommodate the flow. So anyway, it came through council, or came through subcommittee with support.
Awesome, thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, please vote.
5 yes, an ordinance amending the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019, and ordinance numbers 1567, 1920, 1925, 2167, and 2482 pertaining to plan unit development, district regulations, and guidelines.
Okay, who moved that? All
Loads.
right, go ahead and, all right, Lotes, take it away.
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
Lotes, you're up again.
Move approval.
Gonna move
Second.
Okay, moving waiver to the third reading and adopt in final form. We have a motion and a second. Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
All right, item 5D, Sweet Shots, southwest corner of Interstate 35 and Grand Avenue, approve rezoning to establish the Sweet Shots Plan Unit Development Ordinance, regulating development of a variety of commercial and office uses, Des Moines ND LLC. We've got approval the second reading, waiver the third, and adoption, adopting ordinance establishing a planned unit development ordinance. There's no change from the previous reading, and this was also approved unanimously at our last meeting with Councilman McKinney abstaining from the vote. Can I get a motion?
Motion to consider the second reading.
Beautiful. My gosh. Okay, is there a second down here?
Second.
Good job. Wow. Nice work. Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest. An ordinance amending the official zoning map in the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019 by amending Title IX zoning, Chapter 9, Plan Unit Development District pertaining to PUD district regulations and guidelines.
Okay, can we get the same team to move approval the second reading?
Motion to approve the second reading.
Okay, second?
Second.
Beautiful again. You outdid yourself. Okay, any discussion? No? Okay, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention.
Motion to waive the third reading and adopt in final form.
Beautiful. Can I get a second again?
Second.
This is a heck of a team down here. All right. I'm going to assume there's no discussion, so please vote.
Four yes, one abstention.
Okay.
Ryan, I don't know how you want to reflect the minutes on that second. I'll allow you to address that.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
you're clearly abstaining on it. Don't worry.
All right. All right. All right. We are on to public hearings. Item 6A, we are being asked to defer to our May 16th meeting. Can I get a motion to defer?
Move to defer.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay. Item 6B, I am going to ask my partner here, Maddie Peck, to punch the time clock. Clock in to do some work.
This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider Silverwood northeast corner of Mill Civic Parkway and South 88th Street, amend comprehensive plan land use map to designate medium density residential and amendment the planned unit develop PUD regulating development of medium density residential initiated by Hurd Riverview. LCC continued from April 18th, 2022. Clerk, would you please read the date the notice was published?
April 4th, 2022 in the Des Moines Register.
We have received any written comments to this hearing. The Plan and Zoning Commission, by a vote of 5 yes with 2 absent, adopted a resolution recommending approval of the comp plan amendment and PUD amendment. There were also a couple citizen comments received, which were included in the council packet.
Okay. Anybody from the audience that would like to address the council on item 6B, please come to the podium and give us your name and address for the record.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Dan Manning, 317 6th Avenue, Des Moines, Iowa, with the Lillis Law Firm, representing Picket Fences Communities. I believe, I would be so bold to say I think we're the innovative project before you this evening, and we appreciate everything that the city has done. I think we really did start with the Development Committee, the subcommittee, with Renee's involvement, Matthew's involvement. We worked with your staff. You can see, you young folks, you see how old I am. I've been involved in projects for many years, and I can't think of a time where we've had better communication and cooperation with your staff than we have on this project. The efforts that they've made to make changes to your code has been really wonderful to see happen, and their their ability to cooperate with us. We tried to cooperate with you and with them. Jerry Slusky, the gentleman who was really promoting this, was present at the P&Z, couldn't be present this evening. What I always say at these situations is that we would ask that the council approve the staff recommendation for, now are we going to take these two separately, or do we take them together, Mayor?
Yes, we will be taking them separately.
Okay, so my comments would be that we would ask that you approve the resolution to the comprehensive plan.
Thank you so much, Dan. Appreciate all your efforts and everything you did to work with staff and all of Jerry's efforts, and we are really excited about this product coming to the market, as you heard, and appreciate everything that you've gone through to get us to this point. So, okay, anybody else in the audience would like to address the City Council on item 6B before I open it up to our folks online? Okay, seeing no one. Anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and give us your name and address for the record. Okay. Hearing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. And as Mr. Manning recognized, we've got a resolution and an ordinance for approval of the first reading, and we've got to take those separately. So we will take the resolution first. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution approving the comprehensive plan amendment?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the resolution? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, now I will take a motion for consideration of the first reading on the ordinance.
Move consideration of the first reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on the ordinance? Oh, I may have given you the wrong thing here, Dan, because we closed the public hearing. But I think you might have this one.
Okay. There is an issue.
There is an issue.
Yes.
Okay. I normally do not reopen public hearings, but is this, you want to describe the issue for us?
Yes,
Okay.
if I could.
Go ahead.
Once again, with everything I said about item 1 is true with item 2. There's just a disagreement as to, first of all, it's the issue of the berming along 88th Street and Mills Parkway. It's an item that had come before the subcommittee, and what we had made a commitment to do is rather than have the homes have them back toward the street, we would turn the units toward the street. And so we don't want the berming, and I would say it this way, I think it's premature in the planned unit development to have the berming issue. We see it as a site planning issue, not if you make it a part of the ordinance itself, you lose your flexibility as to whether that will really be a requirement as the development, as we come forward with the site plan. That's one issue. Second issue, I know it's from the staff's perspective, we understand where they're coming from, safety issues, consistency issues, but we think that this is different than some of the other projects, any of the residential projects along Mills. I think the homes back toward the street. But we know one of the things that came up at P&Z was to work with staff concerning maybe an undulating nature of rather than a big 3-foot berm that goes along both streets, that we work these things through. So we would ask that it not be included as a part of the planned unit development, in essence, a requirement of the zoning, but something that we can work through, come back and address through the site planning process. That's
Okay,
what
so
we're
you want
asking
us to move this for approval but taking out the requirement of the berming and having that come through the site plan process instead?
You said it much better than I did.
No, I did not.
That's it.
You're
That's
paid to say
exactly-
it better than me.
That's right. That's it.
Okay, I got you.
That's what we're requesting.
Okay. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I guess at this point, I would ask our development director, she already knows that he has invoked her. Come on up, Lynn, if you could, I guess that sounds to me like a logical request to deal with this in the site plan development, but tell us why this may not be, or why we can't do that.
Lynn Tweed, Director of Development Services. What we're really focusing on is the buffering that goes along Mill Civic Parkway and South 88th Street. These are higher classification roadways, and we have been consistent on requiring buffers along both of those roadways. Yeah. Those buffers do include berming as well as landscape vegetation. So with the idea that we can do some undulation in those berms, we can accommodate some of the drainage that comes with it, but from a consistency standpoint, we feel that earthen berming should still be required. That berming serves a couple purposes. Typically, Dan is correct, it's normally your house is backing to that, and it helps provide some buffering for your private space. This case, the houses are facing to it. It still will provide some of that buffering because these will be pretty majorly heavily traveled roads. But it also provides that green and that landscape effect for the city of West Des Moines. So you can drive through other communities and see 5- and 7-lane roads, and they look totally different, and that's largely in part to that buffering and berming that we do.
Okay, I guess what I'm seeing here is a couple different options. One, we consider what Dan has asked us to approve this, but strip out the buffering and the berm requirement and deal with that separately in the site development process. Two, we approve this as is. And three, we defer this to our next meeting and continuing to have conversations between staff and the developer to try to work out some of these issues, because ultimately that's what we're looking at doing, right? Is trying to figure this out, work this out.
I guess that's not what I'm hearing from development, is that the berming needs to be maintained because of what Lynn outlined. So I made the motion, and I'm going to let it stand that it's the motion's as printed here.
So can I ask you just a question here?
Go ahead.
So if we don't put it in the, I've just pulled up a map here, trying to understand, the housing that's immediately to the east of this, as far as I can recall, having driven that a lot, doesn't have berms there. Until you get over to Heritage Bend, which I believe does have some berming. And then we go further west along Mills there, and you start going down towards Fox Creek. And I don't believe there's berming. Now, there is absolutely greenery. And I guess what I'm getting at is there a way to work with the developer on whether it's undulating versus consistently at exactly 3 feet or whatever the height is, and do that in, as Mr. Manning had referenced, the site plan, or does it have to be within the ordinance?
Most definitely, we would work with them on undulating. We prefer it to be undulating versus just kind of a true barrier that's just 3 foot topped. So we want that kind of natural look to them. There's ways to kind of take the toe of those berms and overlap them so that you're still getting some of that views. You can still get the drainage through. It is definitely a site plan issue where we finalize what those berms would look like. But the 3 houses immediately to the east were developed out really in the county, so they just didn't have those requirements. Heritage Bends does have the requirements. Salmons does, Athene does, everybody else along there does have that same requirement for that buffering and berming. So it is something that we have done consistently, and it's something we'd like to see continue to be taken along there.
But we can do those things and take it out of the ordinance here tonight and continue to work on the site plan design and get that done at the same time. I mean, there's nothing that says that we can't work with them to get what we want through the site plan design, right?
As long as we're understanding, there will be berming. It just may not be one solid berm all the way
Sure.
across that frontage.
Sure.
But again, Russ,
Okay.
because of that, I think it needs to stay in this piece of it.
Okay.
And then work out the details of it in the site plan.
Yes, because we specifically wrote into this that you do not have to provide that berming on Coach Light and 85th, which are lesser classification of roadways. Those homes do front the streets. It is what we are looking for there. They don't need that mitigation of the traffic volumes to the same degree that we have here, nor are those roads going to be nearly as wide as what we're going to have on Mills and 88th. So it's our preference that we stick with what the language says in the ordinance, and we will work through that with the site planning process.
Because if we take it out here, there's nothing that forces them to put it in.
Great.
Okay, so we've had a motion and a second to move this as is with the requirement in. We
Then
will.
how much, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, Greg.
I was going to say,
yeah, go
so
ahead.
if it's adopted just like it is tonight, how much, you were kind of describing there's quite a bit of flexibility, or, because I think the concern was that if there's just a full berm, then all of the water will be flowing right toward those houses. And I'm assuming that's probably not a good thing, as kind of Dan was alluding to. But is there flexibility when it comes to stormwater, when it comes to runoff, when it comes to water, within whatever's described here, that whether it's undulating or something else, right? There's a lot of flexibility?
There's enough flexibility that all the other developments along the roadway have made it work. So to
this
say
is
you
new to
can't make
them.
this one work, that's kind of an untrue statement. And it's
Right.
something that should have been known from day one, that they would have this berming effect that was going to happen on the roadways. So to us, it's no different than anywhere else. We'd be changing the rules to say they don't have to provide any of that earth and berming for really just no reason other than
Yeah,
don't wanna
I think
look at
what's given some of us heartburn is that Dan and Jerry have worked in good faith with us to try to get this development done. We've tried to provide some kind of assistance in different ways, shapes, and forms, and we really haven't been able to help much at all. And so, anything we can do to try to help move this along, I think, is what people are looking to try to do. But we've got a motion and a second. And go ahead, Kevin.
I was just going to ask, how is this different? How is this inhibiting the project from moving forward? I'm
I don't know that it's.
puzzled at that.
Yeah, no, I
I mean, your comment, by making them follow the same rules everybody else had to, how are we
I don't know
slowing up
that,
this process?
Yeah, I don't know at the end of the day that they won't follow the same rules that everybody else has, but what they're asking for is to take a little bit of a time out without pausing this and work through the site plan design with staff to try to figure out something that works.
We're not telling them that they can't. We're just telling them by having it in here now that it has to have berming. We're not telling them what kind of berming. That's up to Lynn and her staff to work through. That is a site plan issue. But if we tell them, no, you don't have to have a berm, they don't have to have a berm.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be telling them that. I think what
We
we're
would be
telling
if you
them is
take it out of here.
we're willing to work with you to figure something out. You know, this
Tell them
may
they
not
don't have
be.
to if you take it out of here.
We're comfortable with what this ordinance says that we can get there.
Okay.
It's going to take a little bit of back and forth, but we can get there. We've
Okay.
done it with all the other developments along the way.
Okay, well, go ahead, Renee.
Yeah, I'd like to just add too, you know, I know what we're trying to do here, and, you know, this has certainly been in front of planning and development with McKinney and myself, Councilman McKinney and myself. And, you know, I really feel like, you know, staff is trying to make a recommendation. We are saying that during the site planning process, we can certainly have some push and pull and some give and take and whatnot. But I think we're getting to the end result. It's just how we get there. So we're still going to hopefully get to the end result of what I think is what's needed and what's good. But might just take a little bit longer. But I think we'll get to the end result, but we want to make sure that we particularly protect the interests of the berming process.
And I don't know, maybe we're exhausting this, but the thing that stood out to me that was unique about this particular project, and as you look along the roadway there on Mills, is that the homes that we're talking about where the berming currently exists in Heritage Bend, you're looking at the back of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're looking here on Mills, you're going to be looking at the front of the house. So you're going to be looking at the front of the house, and you have the berm there. And so, to me, it's more akin to the homes there along Mills that have no berm, and I recognize that was during a point in time, maybe when the city didn't have that particular property there. But the house is actually reverse. You're going to be looking at the front of the house with a big berm in front, with a berm in front of it, the size of which I guess I don't know. Listen, I wanted to at least make that point, and I guess at the end of the day, however everybody works through this, I think we'll get there. But to me, it is a distinction, and hopefully that distinction is considered as part of the site planning process.
Call for the question.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. We will see how this vote goes. If it doesn't pass, we will have another motion and a second. But with that, please vote.
I think so.
5 yes, an ordinance amending the official zoning map in the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019, and ordinance number 1783 pertaining to plan unit development, district regulations, and guidelines.
Move approval of the first reading.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, item 6C. Again, Maddie, if you would help me with this.
This is a time and place for a public hearing to consider replacement agreement for private development 1261 8th Street initiated by Keystone Phase 2 LLC. Clerk, would you please read the date the notice was published?
April 23rd, 2020 in the Des Moines Register.
Have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Anybody in the audience that would like to address the city council on item 6C, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing no one, anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and give us your name and address for the record. Hearing no one, I'll declare the public hearing closed. We've got one resolution for approval of the agreement, and this was approved by F&A at their February 9th meeting with unanimous recommendation. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion approved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, good job. Any discussion of this item? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
5 yes.
Item 6D. This is the time. This is the time and place for a public hearing to consider digital and price last mile conduct deployment segment 5 phase 3 initiated by City of West Des Moines. Clerk, would you please read the date the notice was published?
15th, 2022 in the Des Moines Register.
Have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Anybody from the audience who would like to address the council on item 6D, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing no one, anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and give us your name and address. Okay, hearing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got 2 resolutions and a motion, which we can take at the same time, and this was approved by the Public Services Council Committee at their April 25th meeting. Can I get a motion?
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right.
You got it here.
Beautiful. Okay, any discussion at all of item 6D? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Four yes, one abstention.
Okay, we will show Councilman McKinney abstaining for a potential conflict of interest. Okay, Maddie, you're on.
This is the time and place for a public hearing to consider Woodland Hills Greenway trail construction and drainage improvements initiated by City of West Des Moines. Clerk, would you please read the date the notice was published?
April 15th, 2022 in the Des Moines Register.
Have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, now is the time for anybody from the audience who'd like to address the council on item 6E to come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Okay, once again, seeing no movement, I will go online. Anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and give us your name and address for the record. Okay, hearing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. And again, we've got 2 resolutions and a motion, which we can take at the same time if somebody would like to move that.
Move approval.
Second.
You got to be fast on the draw here. Okay, any discussion on item 6E?
Yes, I believe we had a little discussion over here.
Okay,
We just wanted to thank staff for applying for and receiving over $200,000 from the Iowa Finance Authority. It's great.
absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Keep looking for those grants to help us, staff. Thank you so much for all you do. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, Maddie, on item 6F.
This is the time and place for a public hearing to consider Valley Junction Business District pavers and sidewalk Phase 2 initiated by City of West Des Moines. Clerk, would you please read the date and notice was published?
April 15th, 2022 in the Des Moines Register.
Have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience who would like to address the council on item 6F, you know what to do. Come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing no one, anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself. Okay, hearing no one, I'll declare the public hearing closed. We've again got 2 resolutions and a motion, which you can take at the same time, and this came through the Public Services Subcommittee and was approved on unanimous recommendation. Okay,
Move approval.
Second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion, item 6F? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Five yes.
All right, let's hear it for Maddie for running these public hearings. Yeah, I already read that part. Yep, there's a lot of things that we have to repeat over and over again. It gets a little bit monotonous. Yeah, I've already read that one. Yeah. Okay.
You have about 20 of these.
20 of these, yeah. Okay, new business. Item 7A, Jordan Creek Point Plat 1, southwest corner 68th Street and EP True Parkway. Approved final plat to create 2 lots for commercial development, Jordan Creek Point LLC. We've got a resolution for approval and release of the final plat, and this was approved unanimously by Development and Planning at their last meeting.
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Good work. You're fast that time. Okay, any discussion on item 7A? Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
Okay, item 7B, Westtown Crossing Plat 1, 2501 Westtown Parkway and 1625 28th Street. Approved preliminary plat to replat 7 lots into 2 lots and approval of site plan to allow construction of a senior living facility CT development. We've got resolution for approval of the preliminary plat and site plan. This was approved unanimously by Development and Planning and P&Z, with Commissioner Crowley abstaining due to potential conflict of interest. Can I get a motion?
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, and I should ask anybody from the audience who would like to address the council on this item. You're welcome to do that on new business. Okay, seeing no one. Any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, Maddie, have you given enough rest?
Dairy Queen one.
Item 7C, this is a fun one, Subway and Dairy Queen, so just,
Oh, yeah, did we get Dairy Queen certificate?
Eat dinner and have dessert.
308 to 340 Grand Avenue, approval level 1, minor modification to side plan to allow modifications to the parking lot, Real Estate Holdings 2 LLC.
good job. And we've got a resolution for approval, level 1 minor mod to the site plan, and we've got 4 conditions of approval, including that the council provide exemptions for the minimum number of parking stalls, the length of those parking stall markings, the planting of trees, and finally, the owner of the property must also transfer the necessary right-of-way as required. Can I get a motion?
Move approval.
Beautiful.
Second.
All right, any discussion on this item? Well, you guys had pizza tonight. Maybe your parents should take you to Dairy Queen on the way home to see what it might look like over there. And
Russ is buying.
Some investigation.
all right,
Yep.
Yeah,
You got to see what you're voting on here.
check it out.
all right, parents, I'm sorry. Please still vote for us.
Have the Trimble Blizzard.
Take me to Dairy Queen.
Please vote.
Both vote yes.
Renee told me to do that, parents.
Yeah, right.
Russ is buying, so it don't matter, right?
Mr. Mayor?
5 yes.
He thinks they're going to name a blizzard after him.
Okay, item 8, receive, file, and/or refer. We have no items to receive, file, or refer. Item 9, other matters. We have no legislative updates at this time. Are there any other matters that any council person would like to raise at this time?
Oh, yes, I just wanted to say thank you to, well, certainly Ella, but it was awesome to have you all up here, and I think you all did a fantastic job. We should give them a round of applause, don't you? It's been a lot of fun, and hey, this isn't too long of a meeting. It's 6:38. That's not bad. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Yep, absolutely. And also, thank you to Hannah Gook and our others on staff that helped make this day possible, for getting the T-shirts and coordinating the students and everything. This is ordering the pizza. This is a great day for all of us. I think we enjoy it more than the kids. And with that, I'm going to go down to the podium, and I'm going to call your names. And I have got a certificate of recognition for you today. And maybe the council can join me down here and go to there. All right. All right. Maybe get a little picture, too.
We'll come down when you call their names.
Okay.
What's going on? Which way are they coming?
Whatever way you want to go.
Whatever way they want to go. Whatever's the easiest.
Over the front, what the heck?
Okay. First person we're going to recognize here for their awesome reading skills. You can talk to Councilman Trevelyan. I often mess up words and he has to correct me, so you did a great job. Our mayor, Maddie Peck, come on down. Thank you so much, Maddie. Really appreciate it.
Picture.
Pretty good.
Russ,
We got
Russ.
this. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Turn around.
Yep.
You're not getting out of that easy. Yeah,
Just do one with each one.
one with each one, and then we'll do a group.
I'll come down. I'm going to come down with Isabel.
All right.
Congratulations. Do not run against me anytime soon. Give it a little bit. Okay, Rose Bigger. Where is Rose? And what role did Rose? Okay, the city attorney, Rose Bigger.
Dick.
Thank you, Rose.
Dick, go down.
Good job. Thank you for keeping us out of trouble, always keeping us on the straight and narrow. Appreciate what you do every day for us. Got a certificate of recognition for you. Yep, I'll take a picture with you and the city attorney. Thank you so much. All right. Carter Ross, where's Carter? All right, so Carter was that councilman from the 3rd Ward, which I heard was the best ward.
Best ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a rumor.
I think that's the opinion of the majority of people in here.
I'll take it.
Okay. Carter, thank you for everything. Really appreciate it. You did a great job moving and seconding things and making this guy look good, and that's not easy. So thank you so much. Here's your certificate. Okay, Ella Carr. Okay, Ella, our the second best ward, Ward 2. You did a great job as well.
Hey, number 1 is always first, right? So it's the first
Go in reverse
and
order
best. First and best.
You did a great job on the microphone today. You made him look good, and that's not easy either. So we appreciate everything you did, and appreciate being with us. Thank you so much. Okay, Raz Marquardt. Okay. Raz was the at-large, the city council person, learned to be quick on the draw and get in there and move and second things before her fellow students moved and seconded them. Appreciate everything you did. You did a great job today, and I think you've got a future here, and you can take Councilman McKinney out easily.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I had very much time. I had more fun than playing Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, my gosh.
I had more fun than casting ghosts, Mom.
Oh, my goodness.
I love Kate Boo and Helen Gravely, Mom. You cannot stop me from saying that ever again.
She's in charge tonight, Mom. The power might have gone a little bit to her head, but I'll tell you what, with a speech like this, you better watch it, Councilman. Thank you so much. Great job. Mom, you better take good care of Queen. Okay, this person has an incredible grandmother who I worked with in the Iowa Senate. She is an amazing person, as is this individual, did a great job tonight. So Isla Brower, if you would come down and accept your certificate. You were a great Ward 1 council person, much better than the one we have there now.
All right now.
But you voted no a couple times. I got to figure out what was going on with that.
Let's let the no vote.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Okay, Isabel Plager, the other at-large council person with all the power, controlling the entire city. Not Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, but the entire city.
That's right, Isabel.
So.
We don't mess around with this wards. We do everything.
Thank you so much, Isabel. Appreciate all you did tonight. It was fun having you here. All right. Good job, Isabel.
Thank you so much. Don't run against me anytime soon.
Okay, this one I do not have the pronunciation of the name. Fisher, you know this is you. Fisher Komali. Okay? Fisher, come on up here, the city manager. You are the CEO of the city. You are the one that make every one of these people look good. You also get paid the most. You bring it home. So that's what you do. You don't run for any of these council spots. You run for city. You do city manager. That's what you got to do. Thank you so much for your effort, your enthusiasm, and for making him look good tonight. Appreciate it. It was great. Why you get the big bucks? Nobody is spared, are they? I'm having fun with this. All right, Nora Gibbons. Nora, the city clerk. Doing great with all the public hearings and letting us know when the notices were published and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for everything you did and appreciate you being here tonight. Not taking the mask off. She doesn't trust Ryan. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Okay. Okay, well, I thought I got away from the tough names to pronounce, but Kate Hare, our deputy city clerk, providing the support to the city clerk and keeping us all honest here. Absolutely. Thank you so much for participating and being here. You got to show this guy. Might be out of a job. All right, thanks for all you did for us, though. Appreciate it. We'll send you your last paycheck.
All right, meeting adjourned or what?
Yep, I can get there. Okay, any other items to come before the council? We'll do a group photo. We're going to have Maddie gavel us out.
Oh, good. It won't be so loud. All right.
Let's get a group picture down here, and then you guys can be on your way. Council, we have a workshop. So let's want to remind you all.
You don't get to go home, kids. We got workshop.
Workshop.
Is there some leftover pizza?
Front will line up behind you. Take a step forward.
Yeah.
You stand in the back?
If you're a taller sixth grader, you're not allowed to stand in front of Kevin.
Exactly, that's right.
So
Remember, dynamite comes in small package.
Okay.
All right, you guys were awesome tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You guys get tighter because the scripts here act like you like each other.
Ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. All right.
Tell your teacher you should all get A's and extra credit for government class.